Hi guys, so let's talk more about, the Darakaraka in your chart and how it relates to your partner's chart. We're talking synastry and, that relationship between you and your partner. We want to discover more of what's happening there. Now, we have to remember that Darakaraka is basically the planet that has the lowest degree in your chart, okay? So, to find it, you have to line up all your planets and the one with the lowest. That is it, okay? And that planet, it represents your union, okay, and the spouse that you're going to have or you were meant to have, okay, because many times, honestly, we don't end up with the people that we were meant to be with, okay, because of transits, because of many things that could hinder, or other aspects that could hinder us meeting our soulmate, okay. But it does not mean that the universe did not provide you a soulmate, okay. It's just that because of whatever hindrance is in your chart or is in their chart, you never meet, okay, in this lifetime at least. All right, this is why we come back to correct our karmas. This is why we come back to meet the people we're supposed to meet. This is why we come back to continue what we had started in the other lifetimes. So that is why the soul keeps coming back, because we have so many things, guys, that we were supposed to do and that we never do, and that we can never ever do in one lifetime, okay. And when it comes to meeting some people and sharing experiences with other people, we just have to come back again, okay, and redo it and meet those people, and hopefully our charts will allow us to experience that love, from a soulmate. That soulmate love. And some people, yes, they are lucky to experience it in this lifetime. You guys are so lucky. I'm so jealous. Anyway, so for this episode, we are going to assume that your Darakaraka is Venus, okay? And therefore, it means that we are going to look at how your Venus is behaving when it's aspecting the Venus of your partner, okay? We're going to talk about a conjunction, meaning that your Venus is sharing, your Darakaraka is sharing the same sign with your partner's Venus, okay? We're going to talk about when it's making a trine. A trine is like that 1, 5, 9 aspects, making that triangle, which is very positive. We're going to see if your Darakaraka in this episode, your Venus, is making a sextile to your partner's Venus. That means it's making the 3-11 aspect, okay? We're going to see what happens when your Venus, which is your Darakaraka, is making or is sitting opposite your partner's Venus. Ooh. Yeah, that means it's like 7 places away. It's making that 7th aspect the only aspect that Venus has. And then finally, we're going to look at what happens when your Darakaraka is making a square, meaning that is causing that 6 and 8 aspect with your partner's Venus, which is very dangerous, you guys, by the way, I must just say. Yeah, when it comes to squares, wow. With some people, they say that uh, an opposite is always like bad to have. It's not always bad to have. Okay. Personally, I believe that some oppositions are good because they like keep the spark going in the relationship and the tension and that excitement. Okay, but what we do know for sure is that when there's an opposite, it means it's permanent. Okay, whatever problem or whatever excitement that opposition is making is going to stay there permanently for the rest of the relationship. There's nothing you can do. You cannot see any counselor. You cannot see any psychologist. It won't change. Like, you just can't see anyone to say, oh, no, I'm seeing them to change this position. No, it's not going to happen, guys, okay? So you might as well just not see them at all. Okay, you can really see anyone you want to try and fix the problems of their opposition. They won't go away. And you can, I don't know, consult your ancestors, consult astrologers, consult, I don't know, witches, try to say, oh my God, just take this away. It won't go. It's the aspect, it's there, it's fixed, okay? But when it comes to squares, we know, guys, that a square, we can fix it, okay? A square is basically that sixth aspects, which represents obstacles, which represents challenges, legal issues, and then the eighth aspect would be like sudden changes, transformations. Those are the things that come and go. So it means that a square, we can fix it. We can go see a counselor. We can go see our priest. We can go see our family about these problems that we're having in our union. Okay, it will be fixed. We can compromise. We can fix it. Okay, but with an opposite, forget it. Okay. Now, let's talk deeply. Let's talk about it. So, you have your Venus. Venus is about love. Venus is the representation of love, okay? And interestingly enough, the natural lord of a Darakaraka, regardless of the planet, it is Venus, okay? Venus is the natural lord of a Darakaraka. It is a natural lord of the planet that will hold the lowest degree, regardless of what planet it is, okay? It's going to answer to Venus, right? Because Venus is responsible for unions, love unions, and intimate unions, okay? So now, here, luckily enough for this episode, we're just talking Venus. Venus is responsible for everything. We're looking at Venus in terms of synastry, your Venus, his Venus, her Venus. We just have it easy here, okay? We also know that Venus is responsible for us having children, for being able to connect with our body parts to make children. That's Venus's area, okay? Venus is the planet that rules the genitalia, okay? Like the reproductive system as well, okay? So what happens is that, which is a secret, when most people are struggling to have children, or when people are having genital issues in terms of diseases and stuff like that, it is always advisable to look at the state of the Venus, because if the Venus is debilitated, or if Venus is, what's the word? What's the word? I forgot. C'est quoi? Ula, I forgot. You know, when Venus is like close to the sun and it's like burning, okay, then that would also cause problems in terms of the genital area, okay, because it is too hot. The sun is like burning, that area. So now we know that Venus is also responsible for two zodiac signs. That is the Taurus zodiac sign, and the Libra zodiac sign. So we're going to look at Venus in Synastry, the Venus of your partner in terms of your Darakaraka, which is also Venus when it's in Taurus. And then we'll make part 2 and we'll look at it when it's in Libra. Okay, guys? So let's go. So, starting with the Taurus zodiac sign, we know that the Taurus sign is about fixed things. So whatever Venus is all about, which is, being social, being responsible for liquid cash, being responsible for romance, the arts, beauty, luxury things, delicious things, okay? But when it comes to the Taurus sign, it means those things will be fixed, okay? They won't be as moving too much or changing too much, as is the case in terms of the Libra sign, okay? Now, the Taurus sign is also about family and principles and values. It means that when your Venus, which is also your Darakaraka, is in a conjunction with your partner's Venus, you will build your union based on family principles, okay? You will build your union based on certain values that you both agree on. And you will prioritize investments, because Venus, as I said, is responsible for giving us cash. Therefore, it means that you will be investing a lot, because the second house is also, the money, the wealth that we'll build, okay, the materialistic assets that we build. And you guys will be agreeing on where to invest, how to invest. You will be looking very sharp, like wearing quality clothing. You guys smell very nice. You smell so good. That's an expensive perfume you have there, huh? You have an expensive perfume. So that's the Taurus Venus that would do. You would be like, obviously, having close friends, close social circles that you maybe go to, I don't know, like those estate parties, like high class parties. Yeah, that's where you're going with your crew. You guys have definitely like the nice cars, for sure. You have a comfortable home. You would have you'll be just building wealth together and being very fixed on it, okay? You are agreeing, and that's a conjunction. Now when it comes to a trine and a sextile, it's basically they're very similar to the conjunction in terms of being in sync, Now, when we're adding the trine, we're also adding more luck, okay? Because that's the ninth house value. With the trine, it means that now there's a luck that comes in, like things are very easy. You guys can also see each other as friends, okay? Um, because friends, or I would say maybe people to learn from. Yes, people that you would learn from, okay? Because that's the fifth house, and that's the ninth of the fifth aspect, sorry, and the ninth aspect. They do that. They promote learning. So you guys, you would also um like view each other from the other. You would be like the mirror of the other when it comes to a trine, okay? Like when you see your partner, you kind of like see a lot of qualities about that represent you. You know what I mean? And when it comes to a sextile, we are talking here easy communication. You guys are finding each other's topics very interesting. You um you love to also like be socialites, like be out there. And when you are out there, you are a union. Like when you are amongst your friends, because you guys like to socialize a lot, people like view you as a union, view you as one voice, okay? So you have that quality about you, that aura about you, okay? But now, when your Venus, your Darakaraka, is opposite your partner's Venus, then it means that now there's like some, like a spark, a sexual spark that is always there. When you're looking at each other, your love gets revived. When you see them, they just get goosebumps. But at the same time, it means that there's a possibility that you could also view each other as enemies. When you fight, or when you disagree on something, then you would be like, oh my god, why is this person treating me like this, or why are they treating me like an enemy? Because that's what a seventh aspect does, because a seventh aspect represents other people, and therefore making you find yourself at a position whereby you see your partner as another person instead of someone who is part of your union, okay? That's what an opposition does. It really brings out some hostility between partners, and it can get so severe when you start to compete against each other instead of helping each other build together. And it can also destroy your love. When it comes to Taurus uh, topic, when it comes to this Taurus topic, we're talking about you guys. You could be fighting about money. You could be fighting about, the same principles that you were supposed to be sharing as a family. Or in terms of the relationship, you could be having like opposite values, opposite views about how to build a family, or if you should even have one, okay? And because this is an opposition, it means this problem will always be there. So the advice is always either to accept it or to break up, because an opposition, it cannot change. And now when it comes to a square, we are talking about the sixth and the eighth aspect from your partner's Venus, that is your Darakaraka, to your partner's Venus. Now, what happens now with the square is that you guys, when you are in this union, you will be experiencing a lot of changes, a lot of challenges, and they will be happening so suddenly. And you will be getting transformed in your union a lot, like really, really a lot, like more than is normal. It is normal, okay? And because we're talking Venus, we are also expecting lots of infidelity, okay? When there's a square like this in terms of your Venus making that square with their Venus, which is like your Darakaraka, unfortunately, there will be lots and lots of affairs, infidelity, that's for sure. There would also be overindulgence, like literally just overdoing things, overspending as well. Um, like you guys creating debts, like you are creating debts to buy stuff that you don't even need, okay? You would be getting into litigation a lot because of your senses, because you want to feed your senses, okay? So then you get into litigation. You would also be for sure with a square, you would get a divorce and you would break up with the square. That's for sure. Why? Because a sixth house, oh, sorry, rather a sixth aspect represents divorces as well, okay? It can also come in form of divorces and conflicts as well. Definitely lots of conflicts, that's for sure with this square. And lots of secrets, yeah, lots of secrets. Either you or the partner would be hiding stuff, okay? And there's also, of course, diseases, sexual diseases, because we're talking Venus and we're talking the sexual area, the genitals, and we're talking sixth aspect, with a sixth aspect which also represents health. Okay, now with the square, we are seeing sexually transmitted diseases between you and your partner. We also can anticipate abortions, because the eighth aspect, that's birth and rebirth. So it means, and things done in secret. um, you know that could also happen, whereby you guys because you disagree on either you should start a family, or one wants a family or not, you then end up having abortions. Okay, that's what this could also introduce to your union. All right, so we are also seeing whereby one of you is into this union to gain money of the other. That means they are in this union because of greed. Why? Because the eighth aspect represent money of other people. Okay, this is money that we gain through wheels. This is money that we gain through heritages. But because a square is representing, a square represents comment dire, a square represents a challenge, yes, or a problem. It means that now there's some secret and pure intention, okay, with a square. That's possible as well, okay? So it's like a case of a gold digger, that's what we could see here with this square, where when your Rakaraka is in a square with your partner's Venus. All right, guys. So yeah, that's it for the Taurus sign. Now let's move on to the next Venus zodiac sign, which is Libra. Let's go. When your Darakaraka, which in this case is Venus, is in a conjunction with your partner's Venus, okay? And looking at it from the Libra sign, we are anticipating a love that is fair. You guys, you understand each other. You guys, you are a partners in the most realist definition of a partner. Okay, you have each other's back, you are reflective of each other's actions, you mirror each other, literally, you do everything together. You are like water flowing to the same direction, which is like what? Than just water, right? Because Venus also represents water. We must not forget that. So your every move is just in sync. Okay, it's like a beautiful flow of rhythm that we see with this conjunction, and your union would be filled with understanding, with sensuality, with romance as well, uh, but mostly with the sensation that everything is balanced, everything is in harmony. Okay. And now, because a Libra is a social zodiac sign, you guys are always going to be out there, going out, going to birthday parties, going to baby showers, going to bridal showers. You would be hardly at home, like you're so busy with the social life, going to parties, going to nightclubs, going out, dining in fine restaurants. You guys are just like the socialites of your community. Okay. And you beautiful, you're both very beautiful. And your beauty is like boom, like in that manner, like so obvious. You know, when it's in Taurus, it's like subtle, but when it's in Libra, it's like out there, you know. You would be like kind of like celebrities of of your community, or even like globally. um you would be giving each other many gifts. You know, definitely you are fashionable, high fashion. You like to go around as well. Like if maybe you have to go to a party or a social gathering in another state, you why not? Why not? You take your passport and you fly out. Okay. Would not be surprised to see you guys, you know, arriving in a limousine. Yeah, because that's just it's just the lifestyle of influencers, of socialite. Okay. Now with this love, we also see a lot of um, space, you know, because Libra is an air sign. So it means that even though you are committed to each other, you flow, you do everything together, you still love each other from an airy, non-attached way, you know. Like it's your commitment is so nonchalant, you know, like you guys, you can flirt with other people. There's a possibility that you could flirt with other people and it would not bother you at all. Any of you just laugh it off, or you even like talk about it, and like you wouldn't find anything funny about it. Okay, because you understand each other and you both like do the same thing, you both behave the same way. Okay, you don't feel threatened by some of the things that other people or other couples feel threatened about, like flirting. Okay. And now when it comes to a trine, with a trine, we would see lots of creativity. You guys are maybe like you have a social network page whereby you like, I don't know, socializing, creating content, creating videos, vlogging, blogging. You guys could be even like making like mini skits, like, you know, acting. Um, you could also be like showing your love in a very a public way, like you send each other songs via Instagram, like that everybody else can see as well. You also love to share knowledge together, and you tend to have the same beliefs as well, like you just gel when it comes to those stuff. And you're the couple that could also be dressing in a similar manner or in the same way, okay, or rather in a complementary way, because in the exact way it would be in a conjunction, but in a trine it would be complementary, okay. All right, and now when it comes to a sextile, wow, guys, you, as I said, you're like the it couple. You are the socialite couple that is known by everyone and that is loved by everyone. You gel with everybody literally, because that's what Libra is about. Libra is a socialite that balances things out, and you don't judge people. You the couple that just accepts everyone, and you won't be like giving weird looks at people if they dress in a way that is different from you guys, or they don't agree with your opinion. You guys, you would just accept them. But of course, you like class. Let's not forget that, because you socialite, you would still, prefer your fine dining instead of going to McDonald's. You would prefer, or maybe, okay, if you afford McDonald's, then you would go buy McDonald's, but go to like a nice bridge where you can watch, the sun, the sunrise, or the sunlight, whatever, depending on the day, of course. But you wouldn't make it so romantic and so nice, guys. So yeah, because wow, you guys, you like beauty. You like beauty a lot, okay? And we would expect, of course, you guys to also invest in beauty products, like you're buying lots of makeup, okay? And even if you were blogging or doing vlogs, you would be also doing maybe fashion, showing us what to wear on Wednesday, showing us what to wear on Thursday, showing us how to wear black pants with a white t-shirt. That would be you guys doing that, okay? And now when it comes to an opposition, this one becomes really less complicated, because this is it means that one would be in Libra, one Venus would be in Libra, and the other Venus would be in Aries. Okay, so what we see here, we anticipating a lot of zest, like a spark, okay, whereby you just want to grab each other and make out, okay? And when you fight, you are so passionate, like even if you were enemies, we would think that you were still dating, because of that sexual spark that never ends, that will always be between Libra and Aries, okay? Now, what we also see is that when you fight with this opposition, because both energies, they're not like, Mars, which is from the Aries, is fiery, and fire doesn't go on forever. Fire dies down, so it means the other partner would be angry very quickly, but also would go down very quickly. And in Libra, this is an Aries sign, meaning that it's difficult to really get angry. They would rather like ignore what is going on, meaning that now in the union, the one with the Venus in Libra would brush a whole lot of things and sweep a lot of things underneath the carpet and never really express how they feel, and then they would feel very depressed in their love, and always be afraid to express themselves, because they fear that the other partner with the Venus in Aries would just blow up and get angry and get pushy and shout, and explode. So we are seeing one partner being really, really depressed and repressed, and we are seeing one partner being in a position whereby they have lots of fear, and this could be, they fearful of maybe the physical outburst that would come from the partner with the Venus in Aries. We could also see a lot of minimization of problems, whereby one partner would just be like shrug things off, like, oh no, it's no big deal. Oh no, it's not big deal. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Oh no, it's no big deal. Come on, don't worry about it. But in real fact, in real fact, is that it is a big deal. Okay, but because this is an opposition playing its role, it would happen like this. Okay. And Libra always wants some balance, always wants peace, always wants to get along with everyone. Therefore, one partner will always trying to apologize. Even if they're not wrong, they just apologizing all the time. I'm so sorry, babe. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry, okay. I'm sorry your feelings got hurt, okay. Maybe it's me. I'll try to change, okay. I'll do better. I'm sorry. And it's not even their fault. But this is what's happening with this opposition here, okay? And now a square, if maybe your Darakaraka, your Venus, is forming a square with your partner, it means now here again, same thing like the Taurus, we're seeing lots of affairs, and these affairs would just continue and expand. And even if one partner is found to be cheating, they would literally brush it off, because this is an air sign. There are less emotions involved. So they would just make it a logical issue, a logical debate, and not really apologize in an emotional way. And they would just go on and do it again. And we could also see maybe if there's like manipulation or lies, everything would be done from a logical point of view and with a very calculated manner. One partner trying to get at the other partner, or trying to get something from the other partner, or but everything is just with less emotions, meaning that the partners, they're not invested too much in the relationship emotionally when there's this square. And if they do break up, for sure they could easily forget this relationship, okay, because it's an S sign. Really nothing is emotional that much, okay. So guys, that's the story regarding your Darakara, if it's Venus, okay, and aspecting your partner's Venus. Happy marriage, guys. Supportive marriage, supportive union, happy union, supportive relationship, happy relationship. That's what we hope for. But life happens. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'll chat to you soon. That's it.